All right, yeah, well, I was looking for a guide on how to convert this Boomco to Nerf darts. There's not very much around on the net, so I thought I'd do a little guide for you guys. I've already done one. If you hang on a second, I'll find the one that I've already finished, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so this is the one that I've already converted. You can see it's got the different barrel inside there, and it works pretty well. It's one shot blaster. Put a Nerf dart in there. So there you go. So I'll show you guys how to convert it. Okay, first thing you need to do is get this bolt out here. Now it's not actually threaded. So what you need to do is kind of take something thin like a nail, or I've got a little jeweler's screwdriver, and give it a few whacks and it should pop out. So basically you put this like this, get this sort of set up on there, hold that in place. Now the idea is to not break it, obviously, if you can, but it's a tricky one. Sometimes they break, I guess. Okay, so this piece actually popped off, if you can see that. So what I'll have to do is glue that back on later, but it's not a major problem anyway. So once you've got this bolt out, there it is. That's the problem, you see, because it's ribbed. It doesn't want to come out of there, but it's not a major issue. I can just glue that back on with some epoxy glue later on. Hang on a second. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, I guess. All right. So once we've got that out, put this to one side. Then next part is taking this screw out here. Side. So now this needs to be kind of teased apart, and it's got a bunch more of these. I think there's another 2 or 3 in there. These little bolts, which are a real pain in the ass to get out. So we'll take this and gently squeeze it apart like this, prise it apart. Doesn't want to come apart in a second. All right, so that one proved a bit more difficult to get apart than the first one. Don't know why, but kind of got it separated with minimal damage. This piece snapped off here, and you lose, when you open this up, you'll lose the spring mechanism that makes this go back on its own, because it's a real faff to try and put it back in. So I just left it without that. Not a problem. Okay, so we've got this off. That's in 2 pieces now. Put that to one side. Then it's a case of just taking all these screws out. Alright, so we've got it open. That's the top half of the casing. So here's like the mechanism. That's your dart holder, which came from the handle. We don't need that. This little piece goes on the back here. This goes in the back of the air chamber. Like that. So that's pretty much, if I can hold that up, that's what it looks like when you get it open. When you open it up, be careful because it will just kind of all come flying out. That's pretty much what it looks like. Now you can leave this piece in if you like, or you can get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of it because we don't need it. We're going to take this piece out. We'll be using that later on. Don't lose your rubber seals. Put that to one side. And then we can take out this long piece here. That is not necessary. That's a block. It blocks it from firing. So we don't need that. All right. So what we're left with basically is that. That's all you need. If you can see that, let's have a look. Okay. That's what we leave inside the gun. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece off from here and attach a new barrel to it. So we don't need any of this. It's air restrictor, gubbins, completely unnecessary. All right, for your barrel, I just went down to the local hardware shop, got some of this tubing, took a Nerf dart with me. As you can see, it's a pretty good fit. And then what we need to do is cut off this piece right here. So right up to that. All right, so I've sawn that off, sanded it down. It's good enough. Then we need a piece of this pipe. What we're going to do is we have a nice flat edge on there. I'm going to glue that onto there and measure the distance. See, what happens here is this goes like that, and this piece, hang on, see if I can get it on there. That sits right there. Yeah. So we need a piece of pipe, the distance from here. From here, we're going to sit it up against this lip. Right there, if you can see it. From here to here. All right, that's our piece of tubing ready. Basically, what we're going to do is take this piece. You see there's a little notch here. That fits here. There's a notch right there. Okay, so how does this all go together? Well, we glue this on to here, like this. You can see there's some bits of plastic in here that held the barrel in place. What you're gonna have to do is take this out and file away these bits until this tube fits in. So what I did was I filed it so that it rests up against that piece. Don't know if you can see that. So like all of this piece, you want to take it away. With a file, I'm using a Dremel, but if you haven't got one, hand file or a knife will do the job just as well. And then all this gubbins fits together like so. Hang on a second, get that on there, and that like that. Basically, that's what it'll look like when it's finished, but I still need to glue this in place and file away at the inside. So I'll get that done and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so this is now glued in place. You can see that's the barrel, but it won't fit in here because of these bits of plastic. You see it's off center. So what we need to do is take away this and this piece here, this rib, this piece, and the same on this side, on the other half. So, like I said, I'm going to use a Dremel, get that done, and then I'll come back. Alright, so what I've done is I've shaved out inside there. So this piece I've shaved out, and this piece I've shaved out on both sides. So that the barrel fits in the center. You see that? And it rests up against this little lip here. Also, what you want to do is take this piece and shave it down a bit, all three of these sides. Just because actually, I mean, the Nerf bullet actually fits on there okay, but it's a bit tight, and also if it's not perfectly central, it doesn't fly off very well. So best to just give this a trim down as well. That should be ready. Let's see if it fits. So we take this here is the catch. We take this piece, slip it on there like that. This piece goes on here with the notch at the top. That piece goes on there. Something like that. All right, so a second. I've got that in place. You can see it's a pretty tight fit. It's not exactly perfectly done, but it doesn't really matter. Once you get a couple of screws in there holding it together, it'll be fine. So I've not actually screwed anything in place yet. Let's have a look. There's our Nerf dart. Let me hold it together, give it a test. Does it work? Yep, works fine. So, all right, basically that's that. Let me show you the insides of it. Sec. Get it open. So yeah, that's it. Pretty simple. Just like that. So I'll put this together. Like so. And we're ready. Just need to get all those screws in place and then put the slider on the top. Alright, that's all screwed back together. Now we just need to get this piece back on. So basically that goes in in there. Like so. This piece, you can see I've already threaded this bolt in. One side's bigger than the other. You'll be able to see which place it goes in, where it fits. Put that in there. Squeeze that together. You might need to give some of these pieces a little tap with a hammer. The main thing that you need to do is get this. And if you remember, I snapped this bit off. I've just glued it with some epoxy. So let's hope that will go in there. Oh, not bad. Okay. That's fitted in there quite nicely. That's all fitted together. And then just the last screw in there holding it all together. That's it. Ready. Let's give it a try. Where's that? Not bad. So, there you go. Boomco to Nerf conversion number 2.